Shalom. Um, this is a topic that come across a few times, but I keep forgetting to do a video on it. And basically, it's about qualification for a job, being underqualified or being overqualified. Being overqualified. This is a recent phenomena that employers have dreamt up as a way to discriminate against particular applicants who are clearly qualified for a particular job. I've never heard, I mean, come on, think of it. Has anybody heard, oh no, you might do this job far too well, so we cannot employ you? You know, if I've had excuses like I've spoken to employers. I said, "What do you mean by I'm overqualified?" Well, you might find the job boring. So what you're saying is that, and somebody who isn't quite so qualified will actually find the job interesting. That's what job are you talking about? What, road sweeping? So what person would enjoy that job? What relevance is it? It's plain and simple. It's a reason dreamt up by employers to discriminate against who they choose. Okay? Back in the day it was a case of you're underqualified, you're not quite qualified. Now you've got, black people, ethnic minorities and whatever going to universities, making sure they've got the papers to do the job. They've got the papers to do the job. No one can turn around and say to them they're not qualified. But now the new discrimination tactic is you are overqualified. Have you ever heard? Sometimes I actually think that some of these people don't really listen to themselves when they say stuff or when they talk. If they really, I mean, who do they think anyone's going to believe that a person's overqualified for a particular job? Absolutely nonsense, absolutely ridiculous. If I was an employer and I'm employing somebody, I want the best qualified person for that job. And that might mean that the person may be skilled to do something else. But while they're in my employment, they're working for me. And I'll be expecting the best standard of the job from them. Simply the fact that because they are overqualified or extra qualified, I should say. There's no such thing as overqualified for a job. How can you be overqualified for a job? Ridiculous. What? Okay, I've become a road sweeper. I got 5 degrees inside. How does that make me overqualified to be a road sweeper? You don't get certificates in being a road sweeper. How do you become overqualified to be stacking shelves in Tesco's? You don't. There's no training course. There's no university to go and stack shelves. This is just some new, and they come out with these nonsense all the time. And this is what I say to people, that anytime anybody comes out with something, you've got to use your common sense and use your your Heavenly Father given wisdom, and analyze and dissect what people say, and don't take it for granted that what they're saying is true, right, or even correct. Because people will say whatever they want to say, and they expect you to swallow it without questioning them. This is why I enjoy questioning people on their bullshit. Because when you question them on their bullshit, the argument falls apart and they feel and they look stupid because they can't back up what they're saying. It's absolutely, it's irrelevant whether, if you're saying to me, I'm overqualified, clearly you don't want me for the job. It's irrelevant whether or not you are right or wrong, or being overqualified is the term you want to use. It's clear you don't want me for the job, alright? But you can't be honest, can you? Because you're frightened of a lawsuit. You're frightened I might take you to court. You're frightened of the tribunal. So you've got to make up some cock and bull story about a person being overqualified. Absolutely ridiculous. I've questioned many people. What does it mean? If I'm an employer, I want the best qualified person for the job. I don't give a damn. If they're... I don't want anyone that's not qualified or underqualified. Yeah, I would sack somebody for that. But if you need to be qualified for a particular job, I need an accountant. The guy's got a degree in accountancy. He has an ACCA. He's registered with a chartered accountants, right? Okay. Now imagine this guy's got all these qualifications, but I just need a bookkeeper. But he's like, I've been having a rough time, but I just want to do this bookkeeping. Am I going to turn him away and say, because you are a chartered accountant, I will not have you come in and do my bookkeeping? I'm going to expect my bookkeeping to be done perfectly with his skills. In fact, I want him to come. If he's willing to accept the money that I'm prepared to pay for it, what difference does it make that he decides that he's got a chartered institute qualification for accounting? Who am I to tell him not to go for the job because he's got extra qualifications and he should aim higher? Bottom line, it's just another discriminatory tactic against black people, people of colour, to not to have to appoint them for particular roles. It's a sad state of affairs when people dream up excuses not to employ the right people for the right jobs. Make no illusions, people. Yeah, these people will dream up all manner of excuses. The sad thing is that we tend to swallow wholeheartedly these reasons that they dream up for not giving us employment. Absolutely ridiculous. And I question people. When something doesn't sound right, I question them. I say, explain yourself. Explain. I don't really understand what you mean. Can you break down what you're saying? And if it does, it sounds like bullshit, guess what? It probably is. That's just a message out there to Israel and those that, happen to come across this video. And now you know. To be overqualified for a job is a cock and bull story. Don't take it on. Shalom. Peace.